Ha'el al-Janhawi bravely decided to try and prevent further bloodshed.
يعني لما أنا قمت كان في معاه مجال إنه يطخني، بس من أجل يعني الحمد لله ربنا كتب لنا عمر جديد، كان السلاح مروكب معاه، فضليت نتدافش أنا وياه لتني نيمته على الكراسي وراه، كراسيتين ورنيات قبل الأخير، يعني نقعد قبل الأخير. لما وصلت لوضع إنه هو نام على ظهره وأنا كنت فوقه، ما أو تبت سلاح على صدره، وهاي إيدي الشمال اللي انحرقت وصلت أقدر أعمل فيها شيء.
Ha'el al-Janhawi pulled the gun away from the soldier and got off the bus. He was so disturbed by what he'd seen that he passed out. By then, 4 people, including the bus driver, had been killed, 12 others wounded. As news of the shooting spread, an angry crowd gathered. Nathan Zada was still on the bus, now being held by several police officers. Exactly what happened next is unclear, but things got out of hand.
الباص كثير كان في فوضى، الناس صعبات لأنه الناس تحت بتصيح وبدأت تطلع على الباص، بدأت تحاول تقلب الباص على أساس مش عارفين شو المخرب أو القاتل شو قاعد بيعمل، عايش ولا ميت، ولا واحد كان يعرف الوضع.
People stormed onto the bus. Nathan Zada was attacked. He was killed.
ما ظنيش كانت فعل طبيعية، لأنه طالع الإنسان جاي يقتلك في بيتك وأنت إنسان وسالم بدك تدافع عن بيتك، عن أولادك وأهلك، فكان في إشي غضب ساخط جدا، يعني الغضب غير يوصف.
7 local men are now being tried for his attempted murder. A further 5 for lesser offences. The decision to charge anyone caught up in the events of that terrible day has hit a very raw nerve among Arab Israelis. In the middle of the town, there's now a memorial to the 4 who were murdered by Nathan Zada. Sadness at the waste of life is now mingled with anger at the prosecutions.
وصل انه في بني ادم قوس على ناس، يعني فيش له اسم، فيش هويه، فيش اشي، في واحد تعدى على بلدك، تعدى على ناسك. هو قرار عنصري من الدرجه الاولى، يعني واضح انه القضاء الاسرائيلي او الامن الاسرائيلي او الشرطه الاسرائيليه يعني بتكيل بمكيالين لما بتكون القضيه تتعلق بين عربي ليهودي او يهودي عربي. يعني
Concern about the decision to prosecute the 12 men has even prompted one Jewish minister in the government to break ranks and speak out in protest.
Do you think it's right to prosecute 12 men for involvement in the killing of Nathan Zada?
Tell you, though I'm in the government and law is a law, I have difficulties with that, because I think it's somehow asymmetrical, because I really believe that these people, essentially, that there was such an outrage that basically there was a terrorist, a Jewish terrorist that creates such a havoc, so you have to approach it with a different kind of sense. Of course, in every place, in each country, you not allow lynching, and you know, of course, it's illegal. But given the circumstances, I would expect that these things should be different, given the, as I say, the terrorist aspect of this terrible Jew.
The court case has also brought into the open a simmering distrust of the forces of law and order among Israel's 1.5 million Arab citizens. Noisy protests have been held outside the court in Haifa, where the trial is taking place. The claim is that Jews who kill Arabs in Israel are treated in a very different way to the Arabs now being prosecuted for killing Nathan Zada. It's a view held by some of the most senior members of the Arab community.
In Tel Aviv, in Kiryat Shmone, in West Jerusalem, Jewish citizens who shot Palestinians who also were isolated and arrested and they were considered heroes by Israelis.
Are you saying that the law is not being applied equally between Israeli Arabs and Jews?
Definitely. There is a double standard and discrimination in applying the law towards Jews and Arabs. Definitely, yes, sir.
To find out